I thought the WNBA had learned their lesson, that they must protect their golden goose at all costs after giving the league a record-breaking season. But just when I thought things would be different this time around, some things just never change. For example, with 2 games remaining and 1 to go, the Fever travel to Peachtree Country and take on the hot Atlanta Dream. If there's one unspoken secret in the W last season, it's that Caitlin Clark was the target of some of the dirtiest and nastiest fouls in WNBA history. Their last preseason game to get things started. Then it was Mitchell's turn to shine as she deceived her defender with his fake handoff play in the arena, or on stats. After grabbing the rebound, the Queen pushes the rock and roasts every white shirt with a coast-to-coast finish. Kelsey finds the rim, rolling Natasha Howard, who poetzes for the soft hook. As the Fever spreads the Dream's 7th overall selection to Henapala. After a back-and-forth battle in the first 12 minutes, Powell responds with tough back-to-back drives to keep her team moving at 11 apiece. It's explosive and entertaining, but the Fever scored a 1-bucket download shortly after that, coming off CC to AB connection. A few seconds later, CC drops the first Caitlin special as she steps on a 3 on this play for Maya Caldwell, with Caitlin Clark at the top of the key. The Fever maintain a 21-16 lead at the end of the first and 15 seconds into the second half frame. In order to counter the Fever's offensive, CC with the handles behind the back now drops another kapow as she laces a long-distance hit to cut the deficit. Then in the next possession, Sophie gets things going by splashing one of her own to keep the Dream at bay. CC wasted no time in setting the tone early by drilling another 3, which she followed up with a precise pass to the cutting Cunningham for the deuce underneath. And the refs stopped their momentum just as the Fever was beginning to pick up steam by giving Caitlin her first tech of the season. Since Caitlin is used to being teed up by the officials, she used the spicy step back triple to vent her resentment towards them. However, the Rook kept the receipt and returned the favor a few moments later by putting Caitlin on skates, which rocked the entire arena. Even though Tahina was able to get the crowd excited, domestic crowd, the Fever scored a few baskets to end the quarter strongly, and at halftime, the scoreboard showed a 42-40 lead. However, just as things were starting to improve for the visitors, a regrettable incident occurred at the beginning of the third quarter, and they made the most of their usage both on the court and in practice while grabbing the rebound. Sophie unintentionally walked on a Dream player and severely twisted it. Fortunately, Coach White says it's not too serious, so we may. The show continued after that terrifying incident with Alicia Gray all over her grill after CC penetrated and squeezed one in. Caitlin then threaded a tight pounce pass to the rolling AB, who then floated a soft left pow that started pushing the pace in that first quarter and got Atlanta back in the game. Speaking of lefties, Kelsey Mitchell, the dipsy dude with the Fever, displays her deep bag by making Gray dance without a beat before holding the rock and depositing it. Threatening to pull away halfway through the third, the big and burly Bree Jones scores back-to-back baskets to keep her team within striking distance. Following that, both teams engaged in heavy artillery play inside the attack, with Ryan Howard's running triple on the other end offsetting Kelsey's corner pocket 3, putting the other team behind 2 with 3 minutes remaining in the quarter. Howard suddenly stabs CC in the face when she is lying on the ground after she drives aggressively in the paint. And despite the blatant foul and the fact that the DB was also clipped in the follow-up, the blind refs chose to ignore it as though nothing had occurred. This subpar officiating didn't stop the Fever from doing what they were doing, and it only served to vent their mounting annoyance. By the end of the third quarter, Indiana leads Atlanta 63-59, and Coach White has chosen to bench the big guns in the closing minutes of the game after CC flicks a full-court dime to DB for the touchdown finish, full Lort throw. It is improbable that heroin will appear, which would cause the Fever to start at number 4. Following a similar zoom action, Lexi Hall goes downhill, finds the bucket, and then Jaylen Brown cans a long bomb to push the Fever's lead to double digits. Then she conducts a mid-range clinic, rattling one home from 15 feet, and then she's under pressure as well. Lexi draws a couple of bodies here before finding Tim Sin on the cut let's go scene at practice working with the shot. I apologize. Jaylen Brown is one of those players who scored 21 points against the opposition. Despite the home team's best efforts to rally, Lexi is the ultimate nightmare as she makes a flawless jumper off a pin-down screen and, to put the cherry on top, punches it through traffic before stroking another silky J at the foul line. Now, they're saying that after 40 minutes of activity, the Fever developed the W in an 81-76 victory over the Atlanta Dream. Lexi Hull gives the Fever a late-game boost by scoring 11 of her 14 points in the fourth quarter alone. She also finished with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. In contrast, Caitlin finishes with 13 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds after spiking 3 triples. All right, let's go. Nice work. Our communication and intensity. We had a few shot clock infractions. That is fantastic. I mean, excellent work. The Fever's flawless preseason campaign comes to an end, and based on the eye test and statistics, we're seeing that this group is beginning to develop serious chemistry and cohesion. In those 3 warm-up games, we saw 3 different leaders in scoring and 3 different leaders in rebounding, and there was a lot of movement of the ball and players on the offensive end of the season. More than anything, I believe that we're a deep team, and I believe that everyone has truly committed to trusting the process this season. It may not start out very pretty, but we know that if we work hard and have faith in the coaching staff and in one another, we will be precisely where we want to be at the conclusion of the season. I'll bid you farewell for the time being and see you on the next one. Opening night is in a week when CC takes against old foe Angel Reese and the rest of the Chicago Sky. There's no doubt that we will be treated to another thrilling battle full of pyrotechnics and NDs. The game recap.